Are you at risk for an early heart attack or stroke? You might be surprised. Metabolic syndrome is a silent threat that can increase your risk of early heart attacks and strokes. Don't wait until it's too late. The number of young adults who are having early heart attacks and strokes is on the rise. Learn the signs and symptoms so you can protect yourself. Recent research has revealed a worrisome link between specific risk factors and the occurrence of heart attacks and strokes at an earlier age. A study presented at the ESC Congress 2023 shed light on how middle-aged adults with metabolic syndrome, characterized by elevated waist circumference, blood pressure, cholesterol, and glucose levels, face these life-threatening events approximately 2 years earlier than those without these risk factors. Metabolic syndrome, often lurking unnoticed, is a growing concern in Western populations. Dr. Lena Lönnberg, the study's author from Västmanland County Hospital in Sweden, underlines the gravity of this issue. Many individuals in their 40s and 50s may possess these risk factors without realizing the potential dangers they pose. This article explores the implications of metabolic syndrome and its significant impact on heart health. Metabolic syndrome is estimated to affect up to 31% of the global population, making it a substantial public health concern. This condition has previously been associated with an increased risk of diabetes, heart disease, stroke, and premature death. To comprehend its effects fully, we need to delve into the study's findings regarding asymptomatic metabolic syndrome in midlife. The research involved 34,269 adults aged 40 to 50 who participated in a comprehensive cardiovascular screening program in Sweden between 1990 and 1999. These individuals underwent thorough clinical examinations, including measurements of various health parameters and the provision of lifestyle and medical history information. To be classified as having metabolic syndrome, individuals needed to exhibit 3 or more of the following criteria. 1. Elevated waist circumference, above 102 centimeters for men and 88 centimeters for women. 2. High total cholesterol, levels of 6.1 mmol/L or higher. 3. Elevated blood pressure, systolic blood pressure of 130 mm of mercury or higher and/or diastolic blood pressure of 85 mm of mercury or higher. 4. Increased blood glucose, fasting plasma glucose levels of 5.6 mmol/L or higher. Participants with metabolic syndrome were compared to individuals of the same age, sex, and examination date who did not have metabolic syndrome. This approach allowed researchers to draw meaningful comparisons. The study's results are a stark reminder of the significant implications of metabolic syndrome on individuals' health and longevity. During a median follow-up period of 27 years, 26% of those with metabolic syndrome sadly did not survive, compared to 19% of the control group. This statistic highlights that individuals with metabolic syndrome were 30% more likely to pass away during the follow-up period than their counterparts without this condition. Non-fatal cardiovascular events, including myocardial infarction and strokes, affected 32% of individuals with metabolic syndrome, in contrast to 22% of the control group. This equates to a 35% higher risk of heart attacks and strokes among those with metabolic syndrome. The median time to the first non-fatal heart attack or stroke was 16.8 years for those with metabolic syndrome and 19.1 years for the control group, a difference of 2.3 years. This underlines the urgency of addressing metabolic syndrome and its associated risk factors promptly. Dr. Lönnberg emphasizes that even slight elevations in individual components of metabolic syndrome can cumulatively pose a significant risk over time. Notably, blood pressure, especially in women in their 40s, emerged as the riskiest component. This underscores the importance of maintaining healthy blood pressure levels. In conclusion, this study's findings underscore the critical significance of early detection of risk factors through health screening programs. Timely intervention can prevent heart attacks, strokes, and premature death. Dr. Lönnberg's recommendations are straightforward but invaluable. Regular blood pressure checks, smoking cessation, waist circumference monitoring, and maintaining an active lifestyle.